Hello, UDC Firebirds basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of UDC Firebirds basketball here on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network. I'm Eli Pearlstein, and tonight we have a doubleheader for you as both your men's and women's basketball teams get set to take on the University of Bridgeport Purple Knights. Up first, your UDC women's basketball team. We're looking for their 8th straight win. They are coming off a win on Sunday afternoon over the University of the Sciences, a narrow victory by a final of 72-69. In that game, Tiara Good had a career-high 19 points to lead the way for the Firebirds. Head coach Dwayne Burrows also ejected in that contest. He's back on the bench tonight, however, hoping to guide his team to their 8th straight win. And tonight they take on a University of Bridgeport Purple Knights team that comes in 4-8 on the season. They are 2-2 in conference play and 2-2 when playing away from home this season. The Firebirds coming in 9-3 overall, 4-0 in the conference, tied for first in the ECC. And they are 6-1 when playing at home. Should be a good matchup. It's Firebirds and Purple Knights coming your way. But first we'll pause for the playing of the national anthem.
Today, the University of the District of Columbia hosts the University of Bridgeport Purple Knights. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Eli Pearlstein back with you from high atop the UDC Sports Complex as we get set for Game 1 of our UDC basketball doubleheader this evening. This game featuring your UDC women's basketball team against the women's team from the University of Bridgeport. Again, the Firebirds come in 9-3 overall on a 7-game winning streak. 4-0 in conference play. That puts them to tie for first place in the conference and 6-1 at home against the Bridgeport team that comes in 4-8 overall, 2-2 in conference play and 2-2 away from home. Let's get right to tonight's starting lineups. We'll begin with the University of Bridgeport Purple Knights, who are led by third-year head coach Jen Carlton, a graduate of Caldwell College in 2003. She's assisted by Steve Pogue and Nicole Turoni. And here is their starting lineup this evening. In the backcourt, they'll go with the 5'8 freshman Khadijah Dixon. She's from Queens, New York, as well as 5'4 freshman from Brooklyn, New York, Brianna Stoddard. So 2 freshmen in the starting backcourt for the Purple Knights. In the front court, they'll have 6' junior Louise Osner. She's from Vallentuna, Sweden, as well as 5'10 sophomore Morgan Caution from Baltimore, Maryland, and 5'9 junior Levi Mela Lucchesi. She's from France. That lineup for Bridgeport will go up against the following lineup for your UDC Firebirds, who are led by first-year head coach Dwayne Burrows. He's assisted by John Nakodia and Jaresha Obi. And here's the Firebird starting lineup this evening. Just one guard in the lineup. That would be Tajruba Baldwin-Kalora, their leading scorer on the season. Baldwin-Kalora stands 5'9". She's a senior from Newport News, Virginia. Then they'll go with 4 forwards in their starting lineup. 5'11 senior Ariel Ward from Springfield, Mass., as well as 5'10 senior Tiara Good from Brentwood, New York, coming off a career-high 19 points in the Firebirds win against the University of the Sciences. Also in the front court, 5'11 senior Iman Scott from Hagerstown, Maryland, and 5'11 senior Tatiana Calhoun from Disputanta, Virginia. Bridgeport this evening wearing black jerseys and shorts with purple numbers on the front and back with white trim. Firebirds in gold jerseys and shorts with Firebirds written across the front of their jerseys and black lettering, black numbers on the front and back of their jerseys. The Bridgeport jerseys and shorts with a thick purple stripe down the side of the jerseys and shorts with white trim. It will be Ariel Ward taking the tip for the Firebirds. Tip is up, and it's won by the Purple Knights, who will be going right to left across your screen. Dixon gets a pass off to Stoddard. Again, a very young Bridgeport backcourt, pretty young Bridgeport team overall. They've got 6 freshmen, 3 of whom can contribute immensely. Bridgeport turns it over on their first possession. Firebirds on the season have forced 195 turnovers. They've committed 180 themselves. Baldwin Calor will bring it up court for the women dressed in gold. Gets a pass off to Iman Scott between the circles. Scott drives to the left elbow, picks up her dribble, hands off to Ward. Ward tries to drive left of the paint. Defender right in her face. It passes off to Good. Good to Scott in the paint. Goes up for a layup. Has it blocked. She recovers. Kicks to Good on top of the arc. Who swings to Baldwin Calor. 3 on the shot clock. Got to put up a runner. And it's no good off the glass. But Baldwin Calor gets the steal off the miss. Puts in a layup. Does not count. Offensive foul is the call. So clock will stop with 9:06 remaining in the first quarter of play. And we are still scoreless. 2 turnovers by Bridgeport thus far. And that offensive foul, the first turnover for the Firebirds. A first team foul committed by either team. Dixon gets it to Ovner. Now on top of the arc. Stoddard. Bounce pass right. Down low. Levi Mela Lucchesi whistled for the travel. So that's the 3rd straight turnover for Bridgeport, which seems out of sorts here in the early going. 8:40 to go here in the first quarter of play. Eli Pearlstein with you on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network. It's Baldwin Calor near side as the ball knocked away from her out of bounds will stay UDC possession. 8:31 remaining in the first quarter. Baldwin Calor tries to heave it on top of the arc. Pass is picked off, so Firebirds commit their second turnover of the night. Ovner gets it to Lucchesi. Now Stoddard tries to make a move from on top of the arc. Defender Good right in her face. Along the baseline, Dixon is called for the offensive foul. Or pardon me, they say she stepped on the baseline. As she tried to drive baseline, there was some contact. The whistle was not for a foul. Baldwin Calor into the front court for UDC. Bounce pass left to Scott. Scott to Calhoun down low. She is whistled for a travel. She was putting a lot of weight on her defender, Offner, and lost her footing. She leaned back into her. 8 minutes exactly remaining here in the first quarter. Still scoreless between the Bridgeport Purple Knights and your UDC Firebirds. Offner gets it to Dixon at the free throw line. Now Lucchesi works along the baseline, puts up a layup attempt. It's no good. That was the first field goal attempted by the Purple Knights tonight. Good. Drives into the lane, has the ball knocked away. It's off her knee and out of bounds. So Firebirds turn it over, and still we are scoreless here in the first quarter. Dixon will bring the ball up court. Stoddard will bring the ball up court for the Purple Knights. Jacks up a 3 from straight away and hits, and the deadlock is no more. It's now 3-0 Purple Knights on top with 7:19 to go here in the first quarter. Baldwin-Colour, no look pass to the baseline for Calhoun. She gets it to Good, who tries to answer the three. Hers is too strong off the back iron. Rebound to the Purple Knights. In transition, Dixon receives the pass by the baseline, drives into a triple team, puts up a shot, it's blocked, and taken away by Ariel Ward for the Firebirds. Now Baldwin-Colour, mid-range jumper from the paint is in and out. Rebound to Ovner for the Purple Knights. Back and forth we go. Not too many stoppages in play thus far. Layup, too strong off the backboard by Stoddard for the Purple Knights. Offensive rebound for Bridgeport. Now baseline deep jumper is an air ball off the fingertips of Morgan Caution. And on the loose ball we have a foul. Goes against UDC, team's second of the quarter. The first personal to go against Ariel Ward. Got to wonder how much longer head coach Dwayne Burrows is going to stay with his starting unit. They have yet to find the bottom of the net the first almost 3.5 minutes of this game. First free throw from Levi Mela-Lucchesi, a junior from France, is in to make it a 4-0 ball game. Lucchesi averaging 1.9 points per game. The second free throw is in, but we have a lane violation on Bridgeport. Or pardon me, no, it counts. There's a whistle, and everyone seemed confused about it. But the basket is good. So it's 5-0 Bridgeport on top. And Bridgeport, a team that's just 2-2 in conference play against the Firebirds, who are 4-0. We have an over-the-back foul called against Bridgeport. Their first foul of the quarter. Comes with 6:23 to go here in the first quarter of play. The Firebirds basketball from the near sideline. Kiara Good to inbound. She gets it into Iman Scott. Scott dishes off to Ward. Ward into the paint. Gets caught up in the air. Just does get a pass off. Now it's Calhoun down low, trying to spin on her defender. Puts up a layup, has it partially blocked. Ball is loose, recovered by the Purple Knights. 6:05 to go in this first quarter of play. Dixon dribbles right, dishes left to Stoddard. Stoddard back to Dixon, who sets up for three from the right side and nails it. Second three-point field goal hit this evening by Bridgeport. And it's an 8-0 Purple Knights advantage. We saw this start coming. Yeah, 5:41 to go in the first quarter. Firebirds still without a bucket. Baldwin-Colour can't hit the layup, but there to scoop up the miss is Calhoun, and she puts it in to finally allow the Firebirds to break through on the scoreboard. So it's 8-2, 5:23 remaining. Start up for three from straight away. That's off the mark. Hauling in the rebound was Dixon, and she's fouled on the putback attempt. Or no, pardon me, they're whistle her for an offensive foul. So it remains an 8-2 ball game, 5:13 to go here in the first quarter. Baldwin-Colour will dribble it into the front court. Hands off to Scott. Scott to Ward. Ward right outside the paint. Lets one fly. It's off the side of the iron. Rebound hauled down by Luz Hoffner for the Purple Knights. 4:50 remaining. Dixon in the paint, puts up a layup, can't get it to fall. Rebound to Good for the Firebirds. Now Baldwin-Colour into the front court. He takes it in the lane, puts up a one-handed runner, and doesn't get it to fall, but we have a whistle. And our first media timeout comes with 4:39 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Folks, UDC Athletics would like to invite you to join Firebirds Forever, the booster club for athletics. To give to athletics and receive more details about Firebirds Forever, visit www.udcfirebirds.com. Click the Support Athletics tab on the main page. Firebirds Forever membership forms are also available in the lobby. Thank you for your support of UDC Athletics and Firebirds Forever. Also, folks, be sure to follow UDC Athletics on Facebook, on Twitter at UDC Firebirds Fans, and on YouTube at UDC Athletics 1. Bridgeport 2 of 3 from downtown. Meanwhile, the Firebirds 1 of 4 from the field. The reason why Bridgeport currently on top 8-2. Certainly looking at the two teams' records and how they played of late, wouldn't think that the Firebirds would have gotten off to this slow start. Winners of 7 in a row, coming off a nail-biting win against the University of the Sciences on Sunday afternoon. A final of 72-69. That was their first game in the 2016 calendar year. We wish you all a happy new year. Firebirds in the 2015 calendar year had a record of 24-6. Bridgeport, during that same span, 2015, went 9-20. Baldwin Calor hits the first free throw attempt. She comes in shooting 87% from the free throw line, knocks them both in. So it's 8-4, Bridgeport on top, 4:39 to go here in the first quarter of play. Some pressure in the backcourt by the Firebirds. And it results almost in a turnover. Ball is loose and picked up just before going out of bounds by Iman Scott. So it is indeed a turnover. The 5th of the game for Bridgeport. 4:22 left in this first quarter. Ward dishes off the pass to Baldwin Calor. She gives it off to Scott on top of the arc. Scott drives to the free throw line inside the paint, puts up the short jumper and hits. And now UDC within 2. It's 8-6, 4:05 remaining here in the first quarter of play. Layup, not good. By caution, she had a couple of looks from the right side. Rebound to the Firebirds. 3:49 left. Scott, the mid-range jumper, gets the friendly roll, and we are tied up at 8 apiece. The runner, good off the glass by Brianna Stoddard. Stoddard, one of 3 Purple Knights, averaging more than 10 points per game. 2 freshmen and a sophomores leading the way in scoring this season for the Purple Knights. They're a young team, but they are certainly building with some talent. Good. Covers the air ball. Now Scott sees Calhoun posting up, decides to drive and dish to Ward for 3 from the left side, too strong. Scott fights for the offensive board. It's loose on the floor. We have a whistle and a jump ball possession arrow favoring the Firebirds. So with 3:03 remaining, Firebirds a new possession from the front court baseline. It'll be Baldwin Calor to inbound. She tried to feed it into Calhoun, who wasn't expecting it, but she tracks it down. Gives it right back to Baldwin Calor on top of the arc. She hands off to Ward, who drives in the lane. No look, bounce pass to the baseline for Calhoun, and it's tied up. Pardon me, we have a foul called on Bridgeport. So the whistle stops the clock with 2:53 remaining in the quarter. Baldwin Calor will even inbounds to Scott, who works around the perimeter, back into the hands of Baldwin Calor, who drives baseline, tries to reverse layup. It's blocked by the rim, goes out of bounds. Bridgeport basketball. Substitution in for Bridgeport. Evelyn Offner checks into the game, replacing her sister Louise Offner. 10-8, Bridgeport on top. Stoddard playing against a 2-3 zone employed by the Firebirds currently. Stoddard on top of the arc. Dishes right to Caution. Back to Stoddard. She drives in lane, puts up a runner. Great touch. Let it fly just inside the free throw line. And Stoddard able to get it to fall in for the deuce. It's 12-8 now. Bridgeport ahead. 2:15 remaining. Ward dribbling between the circles. Will hand off to Scott. Scott pulls up for a jumper from the left elbow. It's short off the front iron. Rebound to the Purple Knights. Stoddard into the front court. Dishes off to Lucchesi. Her shot from the free throw line too strong. Calhoun hauls down the board for UDC. Calhoun has been tremendous this year on the boards. She's 5th in the conference in rebounds per game. Good in the paint. Goes up with a hook shot. too strong off the back rim, but the Firebirds recover the offensive board. Now Scott tries for a layup from the right side, can't get it to fall. And we have a loose ball foul called against Bridgeport. Team's 5th foul of the quarter, and that means free throws the rest of the way for UDC with 1:28 remaining here in the first quarter of play. It's Tatiana Calhoun at the free throw line. She's shooting 68% from the free throw line this year. Good on the first attempt. And the Firebirds are down 3, 12-9 with 1:28 remaining. 2 subs in for UDC. Yanka Stiasna, as well as newcomer Brandy Henton. Both Stiasna and Henton Division I transfers. Henton hasn't played collegiate basketball in a couple of years, but when she did last play, she was at Division I Boise State. Her first game with the Firebirds was their game against the Sciences on the 3rd. Calhoun able to make both free throws to make it a 2-point game. It is Evelyn Ovner to inbound. She gets it into Stoddart. 1:19 remaining in the quarter. Also just checking into the game for Bridgeport, Aurélie LeBlanc-Florent. She's from Quebec, Canada. She thinks about the three, has Ward draped all over her. Gets it to Lucchesi, who tries to find a cutting Dixon, but her handoff goes out of bounds. Deflected out of bounds, last touch by Bridgeport, so it's UDC basketball. The 1:04 to go in this first quarter of play. Henton is into the front court. Drives left of the lane, goes up for a layup. Can't get the finger roll to fall. Rebound to Bridgeport. I like that move, though. Created space for herself, just could not finish left of the rim. Now a whistle and a traveling violation called on Brianna Stoddart. That is turnover number 7 in the game for Bridgeport, compared to 4 for the Firebirds. Bridgeport with the better shooting numbers, however, than UDC, which is why they're up by 2. Low scoring first quarter, just 37 seconds left. Henton draws a reach-in foul from Stoddart. Stopping the clock with 34.7 seconds remaining in the quarter. It will be Brandy Henton to the free throw line. She had 14 points in her first game for the Firebirds. 5'9" junior from San Jose, California. She sinks the first. She was 1 for 2 from the free throw line in her first game. Jaslyn Rollins checks into the game for UDC, replacing Tatiana Calhoun. Calhoun tied for the team lead in points with 4 for UDC. Henton hits them both. Got a 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Stoddart into the front court. Just off to LeBlanc-Florent. Now the give and go pass back to LeBlanc-Florent goes out of bounds. It's UDC basketball, thanks to the 8th turnover of the game already for Bridgeport. Shot clock turned off, so Firebirds can hold for the final possession of the quarter. Henton dribbled on top of the arc, puts up a step-back three-pointer that's in and out. Rollins the offensive board. Her layup too strong. Now Stiasna has a shot at it, and she gets the layup to fall. And that's how the quarter will end. Love the aggression on the offensive glass for UDC as the Firebirds take a 2-point lead at the end of 1 quarter of play. Firebirds on the glass, currently out rebounding Bridgeport by 2, 14-12. Firebirds have 4 more offensive rebounds than do the Purple Knights. Bridgeport with 2 more defensive rebounds than the Firebirds. Firebirds shooting numbers not pretty tonight. UDC as a team 4 for 20 in that first quarter. That's 20% from the field, and they were 0 for 4 from downtown. But they were a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Bridgeport, on the other hand, 4 of 14 from the field. So not much better shooting-wise, 28.6%. They were much better from downtown, 2 of 3, and they were 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Bridgeport currently being paced in scoring by Brianna Stoddard. 3 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from three-point range for 7 points. Firebirds have Iman Scott and Tatiana Calhoun leading the way. Both of them with 4 points apiece. Khadijah Dixon to inbound for the Purple Knights as we get underway here in quarter number 2. Again, Eli Perlstein with you here on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network. Glad you're tuning in on this Wednesday evening. Game 1 of 2 for you this evening. The men of UDC will go up against the men of Bridgeport in Game 2 of our doubleheader. Should begin around 7 p.m. Dixon drives to the right low block. Dishes off to Evelyn Ovner. Puts up the baseline jumper. Misses. Offensive rebound for the Purple Knights. A shot from Stoddard from the paint is blocked. And the loose ball recovered by the Firebirds. UDC up by 2, 14-12 with 9:17 remaining in this second quarter of play. Stiasna drives right of the lane, puts up a layup attempt short of the iron. Rebound to the Purple Knights. Stoddard into the front court. She'll bring it to the point. Now swings it far side for LeBlanc Florent. Evelyn Ovner drives left to the paint, layup too strong off the glass. Rebound to the Firebirds. Henton down court for UDC. Step back jumper, left elbow extended, she hits! And UDC up by 4, 16-12, 8:37 remaining. Near side, here's Dixon. Fires a cross-court pass into the hands of LeBlanc Florent. Dixon again. Drives baseline, met by a double team, ran into a wall in the form of Yanka Stiasna, and a foul is called on UDC. So it'll be Purple Knights ball from the front court baseline. There in the black, going right to left across your screen. LeBlanc Florent pump fakes the shot. Has the ball deflected away from her, out of bounds. It looks like it's deflected off of her, and it's UDC basketball. Ward will inbound, gets it into Henton, who will take it into the front court. Iman Scott awaits to check in at the scorer's table for the Firebirds. 3 ball from Henton is good, and it's 19-12. Firebirds up by 7. 7:55 to go in the second quarter of play. Pass into the paint. Received by Dixon. Kicks out. Pardon me, that's Dixon with her foot on the arc. Misses a long jumper. Now LeBlanc Florent will try. She's off the mark as well. Third time the charm? No, it's not. Stiasna pulls down the rebound for UDC, and we have an over-the-back foul called against Bridgeport. Stopping the clock with 7:35 remaining. Scott will get to check into the game for UDC, replacing Ariel Ward. And Scott will inbound it from the backcourt baseline. No pressure in the backcourt for UDC to face as Henton brings it up court. Chance of defense coming from the Bridgeport bench. Stiasna on top of the arc. Over to Henton. She jacks up a 3 yet again. This time she's long on her attempt. Rebound to Bridgeport. Stoddard races into the front court. Now slows it down. Works it around the perimeter. Here's Dixon. Near side. Feeds Evelyn Offner. In the paint. Has the ball poked away from her. Recovered by UDC. Turnover is really starting to mount up for Bridgeport. That is turnover number 10 for the Purple Knights. 6 more than the Firebirds have committed this evening. Firebirds, one of the better teams in the league when it comes to steals. Henton tries the spinning layup, is short. Now LeBlanc Florent, the 3 from the far side. She's short on her attempt as well. Rebound to the Firebirds. 7-point UDC lead. Bridgeport scoreless thus far in this second quarter. Through 3.5 minutes. Both teams were scoreless through the first 3.5 minutes of the first quarter. Henton, the three from straight away, off the mark. Rebound hauled down by Ovner. Who dishes off to Stoddard, who brings it into the front court. LeBlanc Florent works against zone defense of the Firebirds. They're working around the perimeter. Dixon to Stoddard. He'll take it to the top of the arc. 10 on the shot clock. Stoddard drives, dishes wide. LeBlanc Florent, the three, no good. Threes were falling in the first quarter for Bridgeport, not so here in the second, but scooping up the miss and putting in the layup from the left side is Stoddard to break the scoring drought for Bridgeport here in the second quarter and make it a 5-point game. 19-14 with 5:40 to go here in the second quarter. Stiazna on top of the arc. Bounce pass down low to Rollins. Rollins, the right-handed hook shot, gets the friendly roll from the front iron. It falls in to make it 21-14. 5:24 remaining in this first half of play. Step back jumper by Stoddard. Rims out. Stiazna, the defensive board. Dishes off quickly to Henton, who will bring it into the front court. Cross-court pass into the hands of Deanna Tunstall, who had just checked in the game, and she wound up committing the turnover. Now a whistle and a defensive foul on UDC. Sub in for UDC. Taj Baldwin-Kalor checks into the game, replacing Brandy Henton. Sophia Ermedu checks into the game for Bridgeport. And Ermedu will bring it into the front court, running the point. A lot of international flavor on this Bridgeport roster. It's a young roster, a lot of international folks. They clearly have talent. They might be a year or two away from being on the top of this conference. Nicole Johnson trying to drive in, loses the basketball. Yet another turnover for the Purple Knights. Deep two from the left side by Scott, off the mark. Rebound to Bridgeport. Firebirds on top by 7. Just 2 points in the quarter for Bridgeport. Firebirds with 7 points in this second quarter of play. We have a traveling violation called on Ermedu. And that will be the first stoppage of play under 5 minutes. So our media timeout here in the second quarter. Well, folks, let me tell you a little bit about head coach for the University of Bridgeport, Jen Carlton. She's in her third year at the helm. Under her guidance, Bridgeport has won 7 games in each of the last 2 seasons, went 7-21 a year ago. They returned 6 players from last year's team, accompanied by 6 freshmen and 2 transfers. Jennifer Carlton began her head coaching career at Goldie Beacom, another Division II institution in the Central Atlantic Collegiate Conference. At Goldie Beacom, in 6 years, Carlton guided the program to a 94-76 record. So overall, her collegiate coaching record coming into tonight, 112 and 124. Again, Bridgeport coming into tonight with 4 wins on the season to go along with 8 losses. So they're on pace to have more wins than a year ago, but a young roster that she is hoping develops into something special a year or 2 down the road. Back underway, UDC basketball, 4:13 remaining here in the second quarter. Baldwin-Kalor into the front court. Doing the pass near side to Scott. Now Stiazna on the far side, whistled for a travel. That is turnover number 6 in the game for the Firebirds, still 6 fewer than Bridgeport. Firebirds now out shooting Bridgeport from the floor, 25% compared to 20.8. Johnson dishes off to Ermedu. Tries to feed Obner on the baseline. Pass is deflected out of bounds. Will stay Bridgeport basketball. 3 subs in for the Firebirds. Calhoun, Good, and Maya Wynn all check into the game. With 3:50 remaining in this second quarter. Amadou inbounds it. Gets it back along the near side. Fires it off to Avner along the baseline, who hits the mid-range jumper, and it's 21-16. The junior from Vallentuna, Sweden, able to hit her first jumper of the ball game. Here's good for the Firebirds. Drives left of the lane. Her layup misses everything. But there to scoop up the misses, Wynn, and she's able to hit the putback off the glass to make it 23-16. With 3:10 remaining in this second quarter. Avner, near side for Johnson. The three, a high-arching one, a bit short. Rebound collected by Scott. And it's UDC basketball with now under 3 minutes to go in the half. Good to Scott. Has the ball stripped, and it's recovered by Bridgeport. Or looked like it was going to be. Loose on the floor. Firebirds get it back. They can't hit the layup. 2:41 now remaining in the second quarter. Amadou into the front court. Swings the pass right to LeBlanc Florent. Pass into the paint intended for Avner. Broken up. Baldwin Clore back the other way. Hits the layup from the right side in transition. Makes it 25-16 with 2:21 remaining. Amadou on top of the arc. Swings it left to Johnson. Back to Amadou. Gets it to the free throw line for Lucchesi. Amadou drives right in the paint to Avner on the baseline. She just hit one of those, makes another. That baseline mid-range jumper seems to be Avner's sweet spot. Evelyn Avner now with 4 points, second most on this Bridgeport team. 25-18, Firebirds ahead, 1:47 remaining in the half. Firebirds looking for win number 8 in a row and to improve their record to 10-3 on the season before going on the road for 2 games in a row. Calhoun drives right in the lane and is whistled for a travel. Or pardon me, they say offensive foul. That is the third team foul committed, or pardon me, yes, third team foul committed by UDC in the quarter, compared to just one for Bridgeport. Avner trapped in the backcourt, and her pass up court sails out of bounds. Yet another Bridgeport turnover. It's been a big storyline. 14 turnovers on the night for Bridgeport, doubling up the Firebirds in that category. Big reason why they trail by 7. Neither team has shot well. Scott. The Baldwin Clore, who drives baseline. Layup attempt won't go from the left side. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It stays Firebirds basketball. They'll inbound from the front court baseline with 1:08 remaining in the half. Baldwin Clore inbounds to Good, who swings to Scott. Now Baldwin Clore drives in from the left corner. Back to Scott, who settles for 3 and knocks it through. Iman Scott makes it a 10-point game, largest lead of the night for the Firebirds, with under a minute remaining. It's Amadou, who's double-teamed, and a blocking foul committed by UDC. Team's 4th foul. Next one means free throws for Bridgeport. Sub in for Bridgeport. It's Brianna Stoddard who checks into the game, replacing Levi Mela Lucchesi. Stoddard dishes off to LeBlanc Florent. Back to Stoddard. Now Amadou. Again to Stoddard. Amadou. Into the corner for Avner. Deep 2. Bit beyond her range. Rebound to the Firebirds. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Scott, the 3. Can't hit this time. Rebound hauled down by Johnson. She's into the front court, takes it all the way in the lane, splits 2 defenders, and puts up a beautiful layup from the left side. 8-point game, 11 seconds left in the half. Baldwin Clore into the front court, swings it left to Good, the 3. Too strong. Rebound recovered by Bridgeport, 2 seconds left, 1. Last second heave, and it's too strong off the glass. So at the end of one half of play, your UDC Firebirds on top by 8, as they look for win number 8 in a row. You're watching UDC Firebirds women's basketball here on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network. I'll be back with you in about 6 or 7 minutes, take you through the first half statistics. Again, this is UDC Firebirds women's basketball, the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network. Eli Pearlstein back with you here at halftime. It's your UDC women's basketball team up on the women's basketball team from Bridgeport by a score of 28-20. Let's take a look at the first half statistics. We'll begin with your UDC Firebirds, who are led in scoring by Iman Scott. She's 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. It's tied for the team lead in rebounds with 5. Played 17 minutes in that first half. Also tied with Scott for the team lead in scoring with 7 points. Newcomer Brandy Henton. Henton 2 of 7 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. 2 of 2 from the free throw line, had 1 rebound, played 6 minutes. Both Tatiana Calhoun and Taj Baldwin-Kalor put in 4 points in the half. Calhoun 1 of 2 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, tied with Scott for 5 rebounds in the half for the team lead. She had 2 turnovers, 1 steal, played 13 minutes. Baldwin-Kalor just 1 of 8 from the field, but 2 of 2 from the line. Had 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, played 14 minutes. There are 3 players, Jaslyn Rollins, Yinka Stiasna, and Maya Wynn, who finished with 2 points apiece. Rollins 1 of 2 from the field, 3 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal, played 7 minutes. Stiasna 1 of 2 from the field, 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 block, 1 steal, played 7 minutes. Wynn 1 of 1 from the field, had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, played 4 minutes. There were 3 Firebirds who played in the half but did not score. Those would be Ariel Ward, Tiara Good, and Deanna Tunstall. Ward 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 block, played 12 minutes. Good 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. Had 2 rebounds, 1 turnover, played 13 minutes. And Tunstall did not take a field goal or a free throw attempt. Committed 1 foul, had 1 turnover, 1 steal, played 7 minutes. No one committed more than 2 personal fouls in the half for the Firebirds. Just 1 player did commit 2 personal fouls. That was Tatiana Calhoun. As a team, the Firebirds shot 27.8% from the field, 18.2% from 3. They were a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line. By the way, our officials this evening are David McAndrew, Carrie Glass, and Paulette Franklin. Leading the way in scoring for Bridgeport in that first half was Brianna Stoddard. Stoddard, 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. Had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover. Played 16 minutes. She led the way with 9 points. Second on the team with 4 points was Evelyn Offner. Offner 2 of 5 from the field. Had 3 rebounds, 2 turnovers, played 13 minutes. Khadija Dixon was right behind her with 3 points in the half. She was 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. Had 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, played 15 minutes. Then both Levy Lucchesi and Nicole Johnson put in 2 points in the half. Lucchesi 0 for 2 from the field, but 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Led the way with 8 rebounds. Had 3 turnovers, played 19 minutes. Johnson 1 of 2 from the field, had 2 rebounds, played 5 minutes, had 1 turnover. There are 4 Bridgeport players who played in the half but did not score. Louise Offner, 0 for 0 from the field. Also did not attempt a free throw, had 2 rebounds, 2 personal fouls, 1 turnover, 1 block, 1 steal. She played 7 minutes. She is the team captain, by the way. Morgan Caution 0 for 3 from the field. 0 for 0 from the free throw line, had 3 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 block, played 9 minutes. Sophia Ermidu did not attempt a field goal or a free throw, had 2 assists, 1 turnover in 5 minutes. And LeBlanc Florent, 0 for 3 from the field. All 3 attempts were from 3. She had 2 turnovers, 1 steal, played 11 minutes. No one committed more than 2 personals for Bridgeport. So there are 2 players, Offner and Caution, who each committed 2 personal fouls. So their minutes were limited in that first half of play. As a team, Bridgeport shot 8 of 29 from the field. That's 27.6%. So shooting percentages from the field very, very even. However, the Firebirds attempted 7 more field goals than did Bridgeport because of a stat I'll get to in a moment, all those turnovers. From three-point range, Bridgeport 2 of 9, 22.2%, and they were 2 of 2 from the free throw line. The big story in that first half, those turnovers, 3 assists compared to 14 turnovers for Bridgeport. On the other hand, Firebirds also 3 assists, but just 7 turnovers. 2 blocks for Bridgeport, 3 for UDC. 7 steals for the Firebirds, just 3 for Bridgeport. So shooting percentages very even. Big difference in why this is an 8-point game. All the turnovers that has led to the Firebirds in terms of points off turnovers having a 9-point advantage, 14-5 over Bridgeport. Points in the paint went the way of UDC, 12-8. Second chance scoring went the way of UDC as well, 11-4. Fast break scoring went the way of UDC, 2-0. Bench scoring went the way of UDC, 13-6. Bridgeport wound up out-rebounding the Firebirds in the half, 24-23. 8 offensive, 16 defensive for Bridgeport. 10 offensive, 13 defensive for the Firebirds. Largest lead for Bridgeport in that first half was 8, and they were up 8-0. With 5:55 remaining in the first quarter. Largest lead by UDC in the half was 10. That came with 1:03 remaining in the second. Bridgeport led for 6 minutes, 43 seconds in the first half. Firebirds led for 10 minutes and 3 seconds. The game was tied for 3 minutes and 14 seconds. It will be UDC basketball to begin the second half of play. Tierra Good will inbound. Good. Baldwin, Kalor, Ward, Scott, and Calhoun, the 5 out to start the second half for the Firebirds. They're in the goal, going right to left across your screen. Scott drives, has her layup rejected. And loose ball recovered by Bridgeport. It's a good defensive start to the second half for the Purple Knights. Dixon drives baseline, gets it to Louise Hoffner in the paint. Her shot is short. That's her first field goal attempt of the night. Rebound to the Firebirds. 9:33 to go here in the third quarter. It's good on top the arc. Driving into the lane. Kicks out wide to Baldwin. Kalor, the 3, too strong, but races in to get her own missed shot and scoops in the underhand layup to make it a 10-point game. 30-20, Firebirds on top, 9:13 remaining here in the third. Baldwin Kalor, nearly a steal, deflects the pass out of bounds over the heads of those sitting on the bench for Bridgeport. It will remain Bridgeport basketball. Nearly turnover number 15 for the Purple Knights. Hoffner inbounds. Gets it to Stoddart. Stoddart. Bounce pass left. Now Hoffner along the baseline. Drives in. Can't hit the layup. Offensive rebound by Dixon. Her putback no good. Gets it again. Again, her shot won't fall in. This time it's the Firebirds who come away with the defensive board. Good into the front court. Dishes off to Baldwin Kalor. 8:43 remaining in this third quarter. Baldwin Kalor dribbles towards the near sideline. We get a foul called, a reach-in foul called on Levi Mela Lucchesi. That's her second personal, team's first of the quarter. It will be good to inbound. Good gets it into Baldwin Kalor. She dishes off to Scott. Scott drives right to the lane, spins into the paint. Short jumper too strong, gets her own rebound. Now kicks out to Baldwin Kalor. She feeds Good. Good drives in, splits 2 defenders. Goes too strong off the glass. Shot would not have counted, however, as she's whistled for a travel, splitting the 2 defenders. Here come the Purple Knights. Lucchesi hands off to Caution, who's fouled on the layup attempt. First team foul on UDC. So it'll be Morgan Caution to the free throw line, the native of Baltimore, Maryland. She's a 5'10 sophomore, averaging 9.3 points per game. The scoring on this Bridgeport team throughout the season has been very evenly spread out. Caution comes into this game a 68% free throw shooter. Made the first. Cannot hit on the second. So she hits one of two, and it's UDC basketball. Good. The three from the left corner. Too strong. Misses everything. Stoddard, who comes away with the air ball. Races down court. Gets it to Dixon along the baseline. She drives in, has her layup attempt blocked, and it's a jump ball. Possession arrow favoring the Purple Knights. Exactly 8 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Dixon who inbounds. Gets it into Stoddard. Stoddard. Triple team. Tries to throw over it. Does so, but can't keep it in bounds. Yet another Bridgeport turnover. That one's number 15. Firebirds facing pressure in the backcourt. Baldwin Calor inbounds to Scott, who quickly gives it off to Good. Good into the front court. Tries a cross paint pass. It's picked off by Ovner. So back the other way come the Purple Knights. Dixon. The deep two. No good. Rebound to the Firebirds. Baldwin Calor will work it into the front court. Baldwin Calor really a natural two guard. She's been handling the starting point guard duties this year. Henton, the newcomer, also can play point guard, and she is awaiting check-in at the scorer's table. Tatiana Calhoun with the bucket to make it 32-21, 11-point game. Firebirds on top. The runner won't fall in. Rebound by Scott for the Firebirds. 7:08 remaining in the quarter. Here's Baldwin Calor into the front court. Hands off to Scott. Scott back to Baldwin Calor. She's open for three and knocks it through. Makes it 35-21 with 6:55 remaining here in the third. Largest lead of the night for the Firebirds. Now Calhoun picks off the pass. And great job keeping it in bounds with her momentum taking her to the sideline. She got the pass off to Good. Chance of defense still coming from the Bridgeport bench. That's what you want to hear if you're head coach Jen Carlton. Ward, the short jumper, hits off the back iron. No good. Rebound to the Purple Knights. Dixon driving left of the lane, and before the shot, we have a foul on the floor called against the Firebirds. Team's second foul of the quarter. Subs in for both teams. Henton in for UDC, and Nicole Johnson in for Bridgeport. Also, Yanka Stiasna into the game for UDC, replacing Tatiana Calhoun. Will be Johnson to inbound. She gets it into Stoddard, who works it to Dixon. Now Caution drives, and she draws the foul. Stops the clock with 6:20 remaining in the quarter. So Morgan Caution back to the free throw line. She was just there and made one of two for her first point of the night. She hits the first one in this trip to the line as well. Makes it 35-22, a 13-point game. Second free throw on its way. That rims out. Stiasna hauls down the rebound. Baldwin Calor ahead to Good for the Firebirds. Back to Baldwin Calor. She'll slow down the pace. Bounce pass right to Scott. Now Good corner. One-touch pass to Henton inside. Out to Stiasna for three. She drills it. And it's that's a deep two, so it's 37-22. 5:52 remaining. Scott intercepts the pass. Yet another turnover for Bridgeport. Henton. Cross court to Baldwin Calor for three. She's short. Long rebound hauled in by the Purple Knights. Dixon picks up her dribble, hands off to Johnson, who soars in for a layup try from the left side, but she can't get it to fall. Rebound to the Firebirds. 5:26 remaining in this third quarter. Three's starting to hit for UDC. They're dangerous when that happens. Henton drives. Tries to take it all the way to the rack. Has her layup attempt blocked, but there's a whistle and a foul. Stops the clock with 5:14 remaining in this third quarter. Brandy Henton back to the free throw line where she's 2 for 2 on the night. She's one of 2 Firebirds with 7 points on the evening. Able to knock down the first. 2 subs in for UDC, Jaslyn Rollins and Deanna Tunstall check in. Meanwhile, Evelyn Offner checks in for Bridgeport, replacing Louise Offner. That foul is the third personal on Morgan Caution. Henton cannot hit the second, so she's 3 of 4 from the line tonight. Just her second game in a Firebirds uniform. The pass goes through the hands of Johnson, recovered by Offner. Now we have a whistle and timeout called by Bridgeport. Stopping the clock with 5 minutes left.
Media timeout.
And so this will be a media timeout. First timeout of the third quarter. Always happens to be a media timeout. Folks, let's take a look at the other games going on in the East Coast Conference this evening. 2 other games taking place. One other game started when ours did. That game between LIU Post and Malloy, and we unfortunately do not have a score update from that one. LIU Post at Malloy this evening. That game tipped off at 5. Coming up later this evening, Queens visits the New York Institute of Technology. Taking a look at the ECC standings coming into tonight. UDC and NYIT tied atop the standings with 4-0 conference records. Roberts Wesleyan and Queens tied for third in the conference, both with a 2-1 conference mark. Firebirds the win over Queens, their final game before the holiday break. Bridgeport in a 3-way tie for 5th in the conference with St. Thomas Aquinas and Dowling. We're back underway, and the inbounds pass from Offner, kicked out of bounds, will stay Bridgeport basketball.
Media timeout.
And pardon me, folks, now we get our media timeout. That was just a timeout called by Bridgeport. So now we get the under 5 media timeout. Finishing off the ECC standings currently, I said that St. Thomas, Aquinas, Bridgeport, and Dowling all tied for 5th in the conference. In 8th place, Malloy has a 1-2 record. LIU Post in 9th, they're 1-3. And Mercy and Damon both winless in conference play. Well, here in this third quarter of play, Firebirds have gotten their largest lead of the evening, outscoring Bridgeport 10-2 in the third quarter. They're starting to hit more shots from the field. That's a big reason why they've been able to extend their lead. The 3 is starting to fall as well. Bridgeport will try once again to inbound the ball. It's Offner. He gets it in this time to Dixon. On top of the arc. Dixon drives. Fires it wide to Johnson, whose pass is picked off. Back the other way. Baldwin Clore ahead of the pack. Seemed as though she was fouled from behind. No whistle, however. Guess referees say it was all ball. Now baseline jumper by Caution won't go. Stiasna able to save an inbounds into the hands of Henton with 4:31 remaining. Henton hands off to Stiasna. Now the three-pointer by Tunstall comes up short. 4:19 remaining in the third. Stoddard into the front court. Firebirds with their zone D. 2-3 zone. Stoddard on top of the arc, swings left to Dixon. Now bounce pass to Offner. Into the paint to Caution. She kicks out wide. Johnson the 3. No siree. Rebound hauled down by Tunstall. He's left alone to bring it into the front court. Swings off the pass to Baldwin Calor. Now Stiasna atop the arc. 3 ball, too strong. Rebound taken down by Johnson for Bridgeport. 3:40 remaining in this third quarter of play. Stoddard swings left to Dixon, who drives. Pass into the paint. Knocked out of bounds, and it will be UDC basketball. Sophia Ermidu checks back into the game for Bridgeport, replacing Brianna Stoddard. Bridgeport will have pressure in the backcourt. Firebirds will have to contend with. They're up by 16, 38-22. And outscoring Bridgeport 10-2 here in this third quarter. Rollins hits out to Baldwin Calor. 3 from straight away. A little soft. And we got a loose ball foul called against Bridgeport. Tunstall had her defender draped all over her as she was trying to come down with the rebound. Milo Somerville waits to check in for UDC. It will be Deanna Tunstall at the line. 0 for 5 from the free throw line this season. Sinks the first. Tunstall averaging just under 1 point per game this season. The 5'9" sophomore from Willingboro, New Jersey. This is her 13th game she has appeared in for the Firebirds, so she's played in every one of them. Firebirds looking to improve to 10-3 on the season and win their 8th in a row. Aramidu on top of the arc. Heaves it left side for Ovner. She drives baseline, met by double team. Knocks it off Stiasna out of bounds. Will stay Bridgeport basketball. 3:01 remaining in the quarter. A 18-point lead by UDC, their largest of the night. Led by 8 at halftime. Been all UDC here in the third quarter. Timeout called by Bridgeport to keep possession. Stops the clock with 2:55 left. However, it leaves them with just 1 timeout remaining. There will, of course, be a media timeout in the fourth quarter as well. But a little early to just have 1 timeout left. This will be a 30-second timeout for the Purple Knights. Well, folks, the latest USA Today ESPN coaches poll was released just yesterday. Firebirds not yet getting any recognition or any votes in that poll. However, Queens College, which had previously been number 21, dropped out of the poll. They are still receiving some votes, however. Dixon splits 2 defenders, rolls a pass to the baseline for Caution, who's able to put in the layup. Just the second field goal of the quarter for the Purple Knights. 40-24, 16-point UDC advantage. Stiasna, right of the circle, feeds into the paint for Rollins. Rollins goes up left-handed, can't get it to fall, but fights and gets her own rebound. Now Stiasna the 3, she drills it from straight away. Firebirds now 4 of 19 from downtown. That's 2 more threes than Bridgeport has hit. Henton comes away with the steal. Ahead to Somerville. Tries to feed Stiasna on the break. Good defense by the Purple Knights, breaking up the cross-paint pass. Will stay UDC basketball, however. Dixon will check out of the game for the Purple Knights. LeBlanc Florent in for her. Amber Bryson checks in the game for UDC, replacing Jasmine Rollins. Henton inbounds, gets it to Stiasna. 2 minutes exactly remaining. Stiasna bounce pass to Henton. She feeds Bryson down low. And she stepped on the baseline, I believe. No, they're saying foul, pardon me. Foul called on the Purple Knights. Team's 4th. Off the inbounds pass, Diasna, the mid-range jumper off the front iron. Rebound to Bridgeport. Johnson races into the front court. Dishes off to Ermidu for three. That's in and out. Diasna sails in for the rebound for the Firebirds. 1:37 remaining in the quarter. Henton dribbling between the circles. Left alone to do so. Firebirds certainly have the clock on their side. Up by 19. Somerville gets the friendly bounce. And it's UDC now by 22, 46-24, 1:09 remaining. Johnson gets it on top there to Ermidu. Back to Johnson. She fires the tray. No good. Offensive board by Ovner, and the putback is in. 20-point game, under a minute remaining in the quarter. Henton into the front court, dribbling between the circles. Dribbles right. And we got a whistle and a foul underneath. This will go against UDC. Fourth team foul of the quarter. Sub in for Bridgeport. Lucchesi back into the game. Ovner will take a seat. Evelyn Offner will take a seat, that is. Luis Offner remains in the game. LeBlanc Florent. Get Johnson on top of the arc. She drives right into Diasna. Loses the ball, recovered by Bridgeport. Now foul in the paint as Luis Offner run up with a shot. Foul stops the clock with 23.7 seconds remaining here in the third. Louise Offner on the season. 10 of 15 from the free throw line coming into tonight. She hits the first. It's her first point of the evening. She's averaging 6.8 points per game this season. Firebirds will turn it over. The Bridgeport chance to build a little bit of momentum heading into the fourth. Ermidu. Near side to Johnson. LeBlanc Florent. To the wing, it's Ermidu for three. She sinks it, and it's a 15-point game. Henton into the front court. Let's fly a deep three. It's an air ball. That has gone off the face of Somerville. She wasn't expecting it to hit nothing. So the third quarter will come to an end. UDC on top by 15. They increased their lead from the half. As in that third quarter, the Firebirds outscored Bridgeport 18-11. They have outscored the Purple Knights in every quarter this evening. They were leading by 2 at the end of one. They were leading by 8 at the half, and now they're leading by 15. One more quarter standing between the Firebirds and their 8th win in a row, and their 10th win overall this season. Firebirds now shooting 29.1% from the field. Just slightly better than Bridgeport, shooting 24.4%. Purple Knights, 21.4% from downtown. Firebirds, 23.8%. So neither team still shooting all that well. Bridgeport, 75% from the free throw line. Firebirds, 90%. 9 of 10 from the stripe this evening. Turnover is still a big story in this one. Bridgeport, 19 compared to 11 for UDC. Resulting in 16 points off turnovers for the Firebirds compared to 11 for Bridgeport. Firebirds with the rebounding edge by 2, 39-37. It's Tiara Good who will inbound to Baldwin Calor. We are underway here in the fourth. Baldwin Calor feeds Scott, who drives right to the lane. Her runner short off the glass. But she was hit on the elbow, so free throw coming up for Iman Scott. Scott unable to hit the first. Came into this game an 80% free throw shooter. Scott has 7 points on the night. Still no one for either team into double digits. Scott hits 1 of 2 to make it a 16-point game, 47-31. 9:46 remaining in the ball game. Aramadu kicks out wide to Johnson. She pump fakes a step inside the arc now, lets one fly and connects. So finally, the bucket opening for this Bridgeport Purple Knights team. It's a 14-point game, 47-33. 9:28 remaining. Baldwin-Callore into the front court, dishes off to Ward. Now Scott has it on top of the arc. Back to Baldwin-Callore. She drives, goes up left-handed, and falls to the ground. Blocking foul committed. So Baldwin-Callore heading to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Baldwin-Callore leads the way for UDC with 9 points. 2 games ago, the Firebirds win against Queens to close out the 2015 portion of their schedule. She led the way with 27 points. That was a 70-59 win by the Firebirds. It's now 49-33 as Baldwin-Callore makes them both. Aramadu on top of the arc to Ovner for 3. Too strong. Rebound collected by Tatiana Calhoun. A minute into this fourth quarter. Firebirds up by 16. Baldwin-Callore works along the far sideline, has the ball poked away from her out of bounds. It will stay UDC basketball with 19 on the shot clock. Baldwin-Callore inbounds to Scott. Scott back to Baldwin-Callore. She hands off to Scott, who drives into the lane, loses her footing, keeps the dribble alive, however. Feeds Calhoun, who's able to kick out to Baldwin-Callore. Now wide open for 3 is good, but her shot too strong out the back rim. New shot clock for the Firebirds. Time very much their friend right now. Calhoun creates some space and puts in the baby hook. Tatiana Calhoun now with 6 points on the night. Make that 8. Firebirds come away with the steal. Baldwin-Callore working one-on-one against Ovner, and she draws the foul. Clock stops with 8:10 remaining. So Baldwin-Callore back to the free throw line where she's a perfect 4 of 4 tonight. Baldwin-Callore is 7th in the country in Division II when it comes to free throws made this season. Came in with 69 made free throws. 24th in the country in free throw attempts. Makes 1 of 2. Aramadu, the 3. Rims out. Recovered by the Firebirds. 7:56 remaining. Firebirds up by 19. Scott, clear lane to the basket, but she can't put in the easy deuce. Now Calhoun comes away with the steal. Terrific defense by Calhoun. Easy look for Baldwin-Callore, and she's able to put it in. Timeout called. This will be a full timeout. And our media timeout here in the fourth quarter. This timeout called, I believe, by the Firebirds. With 7:38 remaining. Well, folks, let's start to look at the road ahead for both these teams. We'll begin with the University of Bridgeport. They will return home as they battle Dowling College 6 days from now, Tuesday night of next week, Tuesday, January 12th. 5 p.m. start time to that game. First of 2 in a row at home for this Bridgeport team. So they will be happy to return to the friendly confines for 2 big ECC games coming up for the Purple Knights. Out on the court for UDC, good Baldwin-Callore, Scott Ward, and Calhoun, their starting unit. For Bridgeport, Louise Hoffner to inbound. She's out there on the court with Irmidu, Lucchesi, Stoddart, and Johnson. Pass picked off by Good. So yet another Bridgeport turnover. It's been the story all game. Good, the three, rims out. Rebound hauled down by Johnson. 22 turnovers on the night for Bridgeport, 11 more than the Firebirds. Ward captures the rebound, lobs one ahead to Scott. Fingero won't go, gets her own missed shot, and cleans it up with the layup from the right side. 22-point advantage now for the Firebirds. Things starting to get a bit out of hand. Lucchesi tried to split two defenders, commits the travel. So it's Firebirds basketball from the backcourt baseline. Baldwin Calore into Ward, gets it right back to Baldwin Calore. Ahead to Good. Ward near side, back to Good. Now Baldwin Calore. Let some time tick off. Coming into this game, Firebirds 5-3 against the Purple Knights since joining the ECC at the start of the 2011-2012 season. Calhoun with the layup makes it 58-33. Tatiana Calhoun now with 10 points, joining Iman Scott for second most on the club tonight. Taj Baldwin Calore leads the way with 14. Cole Johnson answers for Bridgeport. 58-35. And 5:57 remaining. Reminder, folks, coming up next, your UDC men will look for their 5th win in a row. Or pardon me, will look for their 6th win in a row. As they go up against the men of Bridgeport. Should be a very good ball game. And the UDC men keep their winning streak rolling, just as it appears the UDC women have this evening. Free ball in and out. Rebound collected by Scott. 5:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. Firebirds up by 23. Baldwin Calore feeds Good on top of the arc. Subs away and check in for both teams. And now they can. Foul committed on the Purple Knights. Team's 4th of the quarter. None for the Firebirds. Stiasna, Henton, and Wynn all check in for UDC. Baldwin Calore and Good, the two remaining out there for UDC. Inbounds pass to Henton. Trickles away from her. Went off her foot, it looked like, and then she commits the reach-in foul to stop a fast break. Dixon inbounds. Gets it into Armadou. She hands off to Sierra Gerald, we had not seen prior to that last substitution. Getting her first minutes of this game. Stiasna. Double teamed. Has to pass it off. Finds Henton. Back to Stiasna by the left low block. Cross paint pass to Wing. Gets there somehow. And she's fouled on the layup attempt. Clock stops with 4:33 remaining.
Foul call the Knights.
It will be Maya Wynn at the free throw line. The 6'1" sophomore from Bear, Delaware. She attended Hodgson Votech for high school. Averaging 1.5 points per game. Wynn now with 3 points tonight. Came into this game 8 of 10 from the free throw line, so she's been shooting well from the free throw line this season. Second free throw is on its way. That's good as well. And it's a 25-point Firebird advantage. 4:30 remaining. Armidu, the 3, short. Rebound by Stiasna. Dishes out to Henton. Henton to Baldwin Calor, who drives in the lane. Henton, cross court. Stiasna, the 3. It's short. Rebound collected by Lucchesi for the Purple Knights. Ahead to Dixon. She's fouled on the layup from the right side. Layup counts. And a chance at a 3-point play. Folks, I told you about the road ahead for Bridgeport. Here's what UDC has coming up. They will hit the road for 2. As Dixon able to complete the 3-point play, makes it a 22-point game. Firebirds will be at Dowling in their next game on Saturday. So both these teams have their next game against Dowling. Layup is in, makes it 62-38. Under 4 minutes now remaining in the ball game. Gerald to Armidu on top of the arc. She swings left. Dixon drives baseline. Shoots over a triple team and off the glass and in. Nice move by Khadija Dixon, the freshman. Again, this Bridgeport team, very young. Well, they're getting blown out right now. They showed some great heart tonight, keeping this Firebirds offense at bay. It's a Firebirds offense that has only recently come to life here in the latter stages of the third quarter and into the fourth quarter. Now nearing their average of 66.4 points per game. Henton hits the free throw to make it a 23-point game. Jaslyn Rollins checks into the game, as well as Deanna Tunstall, replacing Good and Baldwin Calor. That's likely the last we'll see of them tonight. Henton's second free throw, too strong. Wynn with the rebound, but then she commits the travel. After their game at Dowling on Saturday, the Firebirds will remain on the road. They'll take on St. Thomas Aquinas next Thursday before returning home to face Mercy a week from Saturday. That'll be our next women's basketball broadcast here on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network. Tip is at 4 p.m. on Saturday the 16th. It's National Guard Appreciation Day here at the University of the District of Columbia. Layup from the right side, no good. Rebound to the Firebirds. Henton takes it into the front court, met by a double team. Feeds to Tunstall. And we have a timeout called by UDC, stopping the clock with 2:58 remaining. This is a 30-second timeout. Still no one in double digits for Bridgeport. It's Brianna Stoddard leading the way with 9 points on 4 of 10 shooting. Baldwin Calor, the leader for UDC, with 16 points tonight on 5 of 16 shooting from the field. She was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Iman Scott and Tatiana Calhoun also in double digits for the Firebirds. As the team are now shooting 31.8% from the field. So they finally eclipsed that 30% mark. Seems like it's taken all game for them to get above that 30% mark. Both teams struggling shooting from the field all night. Stiasna, the 3, misses everything. It's an air ball as the score remains 63-40. Firebirds on top. These teams will meet one more time this season, February 13th in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Bridgeport has not won here in D.C. since 2013. So this will be the third year in a row that they will not be able to come away with a win in the District of Columbia. That could change at the conference tournament, however, if they make it there, with UDC hosting the semifinals and finals of the conference tournament this year. And possibly even the quarterfinal games if UDC has to play in those, or is lucky enough to play in those, depending on how you want to look at it. 2:05 remaining here in the fourth. Free ball from Ermidu. Connects. 63-43. Under 2 remaining. Henton takes it into the front court. Beautiful move to dodge her defender and lays it up underhanded off the glass and in. It's at 65-43, a minute 39 remaining. Johnson splits to defender, has the ball poked away, recovered by Rollins. Ahead to Henton. And now a whistle timeout called by UDC just for substitution purposes. Amber Bryson will check into the game. Randy Henton checks out of the game, as does Diasna. It's Bryson, Wynn, Rollins, Tunstall, and Somerville into the game for UDC. So they are deep into their bench. Just 1:19 remaining. Three-pointer left side, no good. Long rebound, tracked down into the backcourt. We have a jump ball, possession arrow favoring the Purple Knights. Or no, they're going to call a foul, pardon me. Looked like it had been tied up. Foul will go against Tunstall. It's the team's third foul of the quarter. All that's left to be decided now is what the final score will be. Firebirds will make it 8 wins in a row. Longest winning streak since the end of last year. Travel violation called. UDC basketball. Rollins to Win. To Somerville. Facing pressure in the backcourt. And a defensive foul called on Morgan Caution.
Foul on the Knights. Checking in for the Knights number 4, Louise Altman.
Still no score update from the LIU Post Malloy game. Obviously, the Firebirds also going to be keeping tabs on that Queens at NYIT game, with NYIT, the team that the Firebirds are currently tied with atop the ECC standings. Somerville connects on the second. It's 66-43. 50 seconds, all that remains. Armidu picks on top of the arc. Now Avner to Johnson, who drives. Her shot blocked by Wynn. Loose ball recovered by Somerville. She's got an open look and converts the layup from the left side. Makes it 68-43. Now under 30 seconds remaining. 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. Gerald to Armidu, who heaved the pass to the baseline. Too hard for Avner to handle. The Firebirds basketball, 18.5 seconds left. Somerville gets it in to Win. Will the Firebirds even take a shot on this final possession? No, they won't, because they give it up. And a foul called on Somerville with 10.7 seconds left. So it appears that the men's game will get going right at 7 p.m., right around 7 p.m. We'll start a half hour after the final buzzer sounds, so maybe 7:02 p.m. to be exact. Armidu can't hit. Gerald can't either. And that'll be it. Your final, UDC a winner, 68-43. So the Firebirds now improve to 10-3 on the season, a winner of 8 games in a row, while Bridgeport will fall to 4-9 on the season. They're now 2-3 in conference play, while the Firebirds remain undefeated in conference play. They improve to 5-0 and 7-1 here at the UDC Sports Complex. Take a look at the final stats from this one. Firebirds shoot 33.3% from the field, 20% from 3, and 77.3% from the free throw line. Bridgeport, 26.2% from the field, 20% from 3, and 77.8% from the charity stripe. Bridgeport, 28 turnovers compared to just 17 for the Firebirds. Big story in this game. Rebounding-wise, Firebirds out-rebounded Bridgeport by 6, 51-45. Leading scorers in the game for UDC. Baldwin Calor led the way with 16 points on 5 of 16 shooting from the field. Brandy Henton had 11 on 3 of 9 shooting from the field. And Iman Scott and Tatiana Calhoun each had 10 for UDC. Brianna Stoddart led the way for Bridgeport with 9 on 4 of 10 field goal shooting. Folks, for all the good, hardworking men and women involved with the UDC Athletic Department, I'm Eli Pearlstein saying thanks so much for tuning in. One last time, the final, Firebirds with the win, their 8th in a row, 68-43 over Bridgeport. UDC now 10-3 on the season, 5-0 in the East Coast Conference, and 7-1 when playing here at home. Bridgeport 4-9 on the season, 2-3 in conference play, and 2-3 away from home. Tune back in 26 minutes from now. We'll have Game 2 of our doubleheader, UDC men against the men of Bridgeport. Till then, this has been a presentation of UDC Firebirds women's basketball here on the Firebird Sports Broadcast Network.